Yes. And that is so, it is so detrimental to our survival if we're going to be saved, if we're going to be rescued, recover, and rehabilitate. We must get off the deserted island that we found ourselves abandoned and isolated on. Isolation will kill you. Isolation and away from everybody, having that pity party. Nobody cares for me. I'm alone all by myself. I can't do, nobody helps me. Nobody. That right there will kill you quicker than anything. Get out of the pity party. Get out of the rat race of blaming everybody. Nobody loves you. You know what? And that'll take you down the primrose road of destruction quicker than anything. Self-destruction, because you got a feeling and you believe in something that's in your ear telling you that nobody loves you and that you're all alone. If you're going to get out, that you got to dislodge from being isolated and find a connection. I know, and I talked about that Tom Hanks movie Castaway, and how he had Wilson, he connected with Wilson as if Wilson was a real life person. Okay, but you know what? He connected with Wilson, and it was his crutch. It was his way of getting from out of the situation at that time of being deserted. But there was a time when he's supposed to have let go of Wilson, and if he did not, now when you look at the movie. And when he was out there trying to get Wilson back, if he had continued, because Wilson was getting away, Wilson had no problem with floating on the water. He was a volleyball head. No doubt, I mean, the Sharks couldn't get Wilson because if they did try to poke up him, he would bounce up and get away because he was a volleyball head. But Tom Hanks wasn't no volleyball head. He had to know that he had to stay on that raft if he was going to be saved and rescued. You got to stay on your raft. You got to get out of the water where the danger is, where the sharks are swarming, and they smelling weakness. You know what? That's what your enemy does. The enemy of your life that doesn't want you to come out of the situation that you're in. It smells and breeds upon your weakness. Get out of the water and get back on the raft. The raft is recovery. The raft is doing what's right and what's beneficial to your life. If you want to get out and stay out of your situation and from your past, get on the raft so you can be rescued and saved. There's somebody coming by. You don't need to be isolated no more. Isolation is a part of the problem. Being connected is part of the solution. Being connected with those with like mind, being connected with someone who can help you, and that you can draw strength and experience and hope from. You can do it, and you can share up yourself and share. That's why recovery programs work so excellently, because it's one person, and they are communicating with the next, and they are sharing of themselves, and they are helping one another. Who better to tell me how to get out of a situation, and unless they've been right where I've been at? Just name my situation. I'm best to tell you about getting out and staying out, because I got out and I'm staying out. Now it's up to me to continue to be out. But I can't help you if I can't help myself. At any rate, he got off. He got out. He got out of that situation that he was in. But he had to stay on the raft to be found, to be rescued. Then he can start his own personal redemption and his own personal recovery. His revitalization to his way of life, being rescued, being free, and start rehabilitation, because it's gonna, you know what it took, the amount of rehabilitation that it took coming out in that situation was astronomical. If I'm using the word correctly, it was large. It was enormous coming out of that situation. It being trapped on a desert or deserted island for 12 years, even a year, man. Some people been in situations where they've been incarcerated for long periods of time. When you're finally rescued, you can become renewed. And a lot of times, the word renewed, you pretty much picked off where you left off at and get in a situation where you can regain some stuff that you lost, whether it was personal finances or personal assets, relationships. But some relationships are gone. Some personal assets took you a long time to accumulate. You just can't get them back like that. So in some relationships, you better not, you better without anyway. But I'm saying that renew word means in some sort a little bit recovery. But at the same time, there's some things that cannot be renewed that was lost. And that would lead you to have a life that needs to be regenerated. Something that's dead, that's lost, gone forever. The resurrection of something that's dead back to life has new meaning, new purpose, new ideas, a new zest for life, and a new adventure. You choose. In individualism, the philosophy of resolve, you learn that within you have the God-given, if you want to say that, ability and inertness to revitalize that which has been dead and resurrect that which has been lost. And new life and renewal and regeneration, recovery, and rehabilitation. Which process that you go through, you can go through the process living a life full of freedom and favor. It's up to you. There's a quote that I read, and it sounds like this: sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. It is more powerful to let go than to hang on. And we really utilize excessive and expend wasteful strength by holding our grasp onto something that we should let go. And a lot of times those things that we're holding on to is hurting us. And to release and to let go of them means healing. Holding on means hurting, and letting go means healing. And if you can actually begin to experience the healing, you can begin to experience help. You can't get yourself any help if you're holding on. I don't care how many people come to you trying to help you, trying to get you out of that situation. Your loved ones caring for you. Your mama up at night praying and crying for you. All she wants to, but until you let go of what you holding on to, you're going to continue to hurt her, and you're going to continue to hurt, and there will be no healing. But until you decide, I'm letting go of this, and I'm talking about hurt habits and hang up, and I'm not even saying anything specific to anybody's situation. You know your own situation. I don't have to do that. I knew mine. I knew that there was individuals, even that I know, that's just been in a revolving door prison, going in and going out, going in and out. And I see them doing the same things, holding on to the same lifestyle, and it's yielding the same harvest back and forth in prison. I seen it, you seen it. Not just prison lifestyles, people going in and out of that, but I'm talking about drug habits and, around the same wrong people, and or alcoholism, or just some people that's going into bouts of depression. Freedom is sweet. You can go through it with freshness of air. It is sweet when you are set free from that which bound you, and you've been liberated, and you smell the fresh air of freedom once again, and you can say, hey, I am done with that. There's some people been in dead end jobs. Y'all, there's some people that's been in dead end jobs, and they can't stand it. They go to work sad. They go to work depressed and come home depressed. Got ulcers and sickness behind their jobs, and they rather not even been a part of it from the longest they have been. Some been in 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, even in a job. And it can cause you to feel lonely and like you don't like life or living. You begin to hate it. I know some people that said that. And I know you said, well, Tim, you're making it sound mighty easy, man. Like it's easy just to leave and get away from a job that has gotten me sick and given me ulcers. But I'm gonna tell you this. There's got to be a time when you come and say, I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna live every day depressed. I'm not going through this no more. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to have this thing kill me. I'm getting out. This rascal ain't going to kill me. I'm not going to let them drag me down. They ain't going to ridicule me every day, and I'm going to sit here and take it and call me all kind of names and bring me, make me out to be a demon and everything but a child of God. I refuse to do it, and I ain't gonna take it no more. That's individualism. That's the philosophy of resolve. Get it, run with it, and go all the way with it. There's certain women in life that has exemplified this, being depressed and battered and beaten by certain situations, and they're strong and they're powerful. And men, we need to get on hold of it. In our own way, in our own masculine way, we need to get in it, and we need to say, instead of fighting with our fists, we need to get the inner fortitude that says, I'm not going to let this situation drag me down. People drag me down in the mud, talk about me, and I believe it. And I walk around here with my head down, singing a sob song and telling a sob story. I'm getting out of it, and I'm staying out of it. That is the philosophy of resolve. That is redemption. That is restoration and rehabilitation. And that's what this is all about. It's about getting out and staying out, letting go. But you cannot be helped if you holding on to what hurts you. Let me say that again. You as an individual cannot be helped if you hanging on to what's hurting you. If you're going to be helped, you got to let go of what's hurting you. You got to let go, and it's hard to let go of habits, hurts, and hang-ups. Habits, hurts, and hang-ups, man. This is the insidiousness with a habit. It'll tell you that it'll love you. It'll tell you that it's your best friend. It'll tell you that it means you the best world, gonna give you the most pleasure, and you're gonna get the greatest satisfaction from it. It tells you all those lies, and you believe it. And you know what? Your habits makes it believable. That's why it's hard to let go. And it's easy to hang on to something that makes you feel good for a moment. Good God Almighty. It's hard to let something go what makes you feel good for 1 minute, because you know what? People chase pleasure and abhor pain. If you're going to be helped and experience the healing, you got to let go and stop holding on to what's hurting you. That's the bottom line. And there is no other way to experience the fresh new air of a brand new day. Letting go. Let go of the mentality. Let go of that thought. There's thoughts patterns that you done hanging on to. Thought patterns. One of them said, I can do it. I can do it by myself. That's a thought pattern that makes you isolated. We talked about isolation in the beginning. That's one of the hindrances to being helped. That's a great hindrance to your help is isolation, but also your pattern of thinking can be something that you need to let go. When you come to realization that my own stinking thinking is stopping me and hurting me and bringing me pain, when you come to that awareness and say, and pick up a book or listen to somebody else's experience and hope came out of it and staying out of it, and you finally get something and you start thinking, man, that's crazy what I'm thinking. That's crazy. It's hard for a person to do that, especially an egotistical person. It's hard for a person that's got a lot of pride. I'm gonna tell you, that pride gonna mess you up. Yeah, I started to say something else. It's gonna really mess you up because pride will reinforce your holding on. There's a lot of things that reinforces us to hold on to what's hurting us, and that's that thinking. One of them is ego, having a big ego, and the next one is pride. Like pride and ego is kind of like twins, But that pride, I'm telling you, that will make you thinking that you got it, what you thinking is right, and that you all right, and it'll keep right on telling you, you'll believe it. I know. That's what I've dealt with, been in recovery circles and in situations in myself. And the first thing that when you put up a resistance of somebody that's really, giving their experience and hope, tell a man, don't go down that road. That thing killed me, man. Well, that was you. It ain't gonna do that to me. What makes you think that you drinking poison by the gallons ain't gonna eventually kill you? I don't see. That's what I'm saying. When you let go of the thinking, that tells you that I can do it better than anybody else did, and I can survive it. And I got we use different genes and all that, and we different makeup and different people. But look, you still flesh and blood. Poison a key. It'll kill you. It might kill me in 2 days and get you in 3. But guess what? You still gone. And hey, let's face it. Let's not forget what we hold on to will hurt us. And as long as we hold on to it, we can't get the help. Individualism, the philosophy of resolve.